In this video, we'll be reviewing law sines and cosines for your Unit 8 test on trigonometry. So this problem is asking us to use the law of sines to solve for side AB. Since we don't know side AB, I'm going to put an X there. And then when you're using law of sines, you want to pair an opposite side with an opposite angle. So I would pair this with the angle across from it, which is angle C. Since I don't know it, I'm going to have to add 60 plus 47. Subtract that from 180, that comes out to 73 degrees. So I'm going to plug in sine, your angle goes on top, over x. And for my other ratio, I need to pair another side with an angle. The only other side we know here is 8.2, so we can pair that with the 60 degrees. So sine 60, because angles go on top, over 8.2. From here, we're going to cross multiply the ones we do know. So I'm going to do 8.2 times sine 73. And then you divide by the one that's across from x. So we'll divide by sine 60 to get our answer for x. So 8.2 times sine 73. Close parentheses, divided by sine 60. This is equal to about 9.1. In this next problem, we're also using law of sines. This time we're solving for angle N. So we don't know angle N. I'm going to put an X there, and I'm going to draw a line to the side opposite it. So I can put this in my proportion. Sine angle x over 6.6 equals. Then I need to pair another side with an opposite angle. The only other angle given is 73. So I would pair that with the 8.1. So the 7 doesn't matter here. Now I'm going to cross multiply the ones we do know. So 6.6 times sine 73. And I'm going to divide by the one that's across from x, the 8.1. Now here, x is not by itself. It has sine. So this is going to be the answer for sine x. But we don't want sine x. We just want the angle x. So we're going to have to move sine to the other side. When you do that, you're doing the opposite or inverse. So you have to put that -1 to show that. So now I can go to my online calculator and plug this in. So inverse sine, or sine -1, of 6.6 times sine 73, close parentheses, divided by sine, or sorry, this one's just divided by 8.1. So my answer comes out to about 51.2. For this next problem, we're going to use law of cosines instead. When you're using law of cosines, your main letter that you're using is A. You're using little a to represent the side, or the main side that you're using, and big A to represent the angle. So here they want us to find UV. So that would be my little a. That's across from 35.3. So that's going to be my big A. B and C can be the other sides. So I'm going to start plugging in. So 25 squared plus 19 squared minus 2 times 25 times 19 times cos. And here our angle was 35.3 degrees. So I'm going to start plugging these in step by step. 25 squared is 625. 19 squared is 361. Then I'm going to do 2 times 25 times 19. Times cos, and it was cos 35.3. So this comes out to 74,431. I made a little mistake. Sorry, I put 19 at the front. It should have been 2. So 2 times 25 times 19 times cos 35.3 is 75.3. Now I can add and subtract these numbers. So I'm going to do 625 plus 361 minus 775.3. That comes out to 210.7. Here it's a squared. We don't want a squared, so the opposite of squaring would be to square root. So we're going to square root 210.7. That comes out to about 14.5. This last problem is also going to be a law of cosines problem. Remember, your A's are your main side and angle. Here they want us to solve for angle F. So I'm going to call that my big A, and that's across from side 10. So that's going to be my little a. B and C can be the other two sides. So now I'm just plugging in. We don't know the angle, so I'm going to leave a big A here. And now I'm going to start by step making this smaller. 10 squared is 100. 9 squared is 81. 7 squared is 49. 2 times 9 times 7 is 126. And I'm going to leave cos A there because we don't know the angle. Next, I can add 81 plus 49. That comes out to 130. Notice I didn't subtract the 126 because it's stuck to the cos A. So since 126 is stuck to the cos A, I can't get rid of it yet. I'm going to have to get rid of the 130. You would do that by doing the opposite, which is negative or minus 130. So I get negative 30 equals negative 126 cos A. Here they're multiplying the negative 126 times the cos A. The opposite would then be to divide negative 126. So I'm going to do negative 30 divided by negative 126. This comes out 2.238. So I'm just going to flip this. So I have cos A equals 0.238. But I just want the angle, so now I can move cos to the other side, which means I'm doing the opposite or the inverse of cos. So I'll go do cos negative 1 of 0.238 on a calculator. That comes out to about 76.2. So this concludes our review. If you need to rewatch this video, it goes over law of sines and cosines.